Greenland, the world's largest island, stands at the crossroads of history, geopolitics, and self-determination. Its strategic location in the Arctic makes it vital for emerging shipping routes, military presence, and economic resources. With climate change accelerating ice melt, previously inaccessible areas are opening up, fueling geopolitical competition among global powers. The original inhabitants of Greenland, the Inuit and other indigenous communities, have lived on the island for thousands of years, developing sustainable lifestyles suited to the harsh Arctic environment. Their traditions were deeply connected to the land and sea, forming a unique cultural identity that persists today. European interest in Greenland began around AD 985 when Norse explorer Eric the Red established settlements. These settlements declined due to isolation and harsh climatic shifts, but they marked Greenland's entry into European history. In the 18th century, Greenland formally became a colony of Denmark. Over time, Danish rule transformed the island's political, social, and economic structures. Greenland was integrated into Denmark's administration, altering indigenous governance and customs. Colonial policies imposed economic dependencies, which continued to shape Greenland's present. Greenland has been an autonomous territory of Denmark since 1979, following demands for greater self-rule. The Home Rule Act of 1979 and the Self-Government Act of 2009 granted significant autonomy, but Denmark still controls foreign policy, defense, and monetary affairs. The relationship between Greenland and Denmark is complex. While Danish support provides economic stability, including a £480 million block grant in 2024, historical injustices have strained ties. Reports of forced sterilizations of Greenlandic women in the 1960s and 1970s, as well as the removal of children for adoption without consent, have left deep emotional scars. Greenland's Prime Minister, Mute Egede, has labeled these actions genocide, demanding recognition and reparations. In 2019, Donald Trump revived U.S. interest in buying Greenland, calling it essential for economic security and military strategy. While Denmark dismissed the idea as absurd, Trump's proposal had historical precedent. The U.S. has long viewed Greenland as a critical strategic asset. In 1867, the U.S. bought Alaska from Russia to expand its Arctic influence. Around the same time, Secretary of State William Seward considered purchasing Greenland and Iceland from Denmark. In 1941, during World War II, the U.S. secured military access to Greenland to prevent Nazi Germany from using it for weather intelligence. In 1951, during the Cold War, Denmark reaffirmed an agreement allowing continued U.S. military operations, including Thule Air Base, a key Arctic defense outpost. Trump's interest reflected ongoing U.S. concerns about Russia and China's growing Arctic presence. However, his proposal was overwhelmingly rejected, with 85% of Greenlanders opposing U.S. ownership and only 6% in favor. Greenland stands at a pivotal moment, caught between economic dependence on Denmark, rising calls for independence, and geopolitical pressure from major powers. Support for full independence is growing, but economic sustainability is a major concern. Greenland's economy relies heavily on Denmark's block grant. Greenland is exploring alternatives, including mining, tourism, and stronger economic ties with Canada and Iceland. A free association model with the U.S. is also gaining traction, offering autonomy while maintaining strategic ties with Washington. While international powers debate Greenland's future, the ultimate decision rests with its people. The movement for self-determination is gaining momentum, but challenges remain, balancing economic security, historical grievances, and national identity. As Greenland navigates its path forward, the world is watching. Will it become fully independent, strengthen ties with the U.S., or maintain its status within the Kingdom of Denmark? One thing is clear: Greenland is no longer just a remote Arctic island. It is a battleground for power, history, and the future of Arctic geopolitics.